Hi everybody, welcome back. Sorry I'm in the museum. It's a little bit, well, I guess it can go like that. It's a little bit dark in here. I'm here with my colleague, Miss Phaedra.
Hi!
And we are on our way today to go meet a very nice lady by the name of Beth. And we're going to be taking a ride down because apparently she's got a whole bunch of items from the Mount St. Helens eruption. I don't know what it is. I know that there's some photographs in there that are pretty cool. So we're going to go take a look at that and see what we're up against today. So today we're taking you with us on a recovery trip. So, Phaedra, road trip again.
Woohoo!
Road trip. All right, so let's go. We're going to go down this way. Oh, thank you, Phaedra.
Now it looks very light, so now you can see everything.
Now it is super light out. And we have the car running, so we're not going to be freezing in the car.
Mr. Buddy right here.
All right, I'll see you later. It's actually nice out today. Okay. Oh, it's nice and warm in here. We had the car running, so we stopped in the shop. Every time we go see an individual that has items, a lot of times the individuals want to donate to us, and they don't want to take any money. So what I do is I bring a bunch of gifts, and that way we can do something nice for people. So it looks like our ETA is 107. It's 12:29 right now, so not that far away. We only have to go a very short distance. So let's get started here. Lovely road trip down Spirit Lake Highway.
Turn left. Continue 19 miles.
Gotta love GPS. Phaedra, the sun came out today.
Yeah, it did.
So what do you think we're gonna find there? I have no idea. I know that there's some pictures and stuff.
I don't really know. Maybe there's other stuff.
Did I ever show you the pictures?
No, I don't know.
I'll have to show them to you at home. So right now we're cruising west on Spirit Lake Highway, and it is a perfect day out. It's very cold today. Feels like Christmas outside. Of course, it's the day after Thanksgiving, so we have officially begun Black Friday. When everybody else is going to the stores to get the good deals, we're going to a place to try and recover items from the Mount St. Helens eruption. All right, I-5 south, here we go. Go play on the highway. So because we're driving down the highway, we're chasing a Cybertruck.
That's kind of neat, Phaedra. That's the first one I've seen on the road around here.
Yeah, looks I saw one in the parking lot at our place once.
Yeah, but this is like this time.
It is pretty cool looking.
Yeah. Somebody's driving it.
Yeah, it is kind of neat. Oh, look at the headlights. The headlights are cool looking. Did he wave?
Yes, he just waved at me.
What do you think, Phaedra? Do you want to buy a Cybertruck?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they look so cool.
I don't know what it is though. Is it a pickup truck or what? What is it?
It looks like a pickup truck.
1.1 miles. Exit right.
All right, so I'm a gas engine guy when we go and we buy cars. The gas diesel engines I like because they're reliable and they're just cool in general. So let's get some comments going here. Cybertruck, yes or no? I don't know anything about them. I can tell you it's cool looking. I don't know what I would do with it. I don't see a pickup truck bed or anything like that. But it is pretty cool looking. So comment below, yes or no on the Cybertruck. Educate me for once. I don't know anything about it, except that it's electric and it's pretty neat looking. All right, we're almost at our exit here.
Dad,
Exit
electric
right.
car is you have to go and put some electric.
Yeah, they have chargers. You can plug them in at your house, and then there's charging stations you can stop at.
But we don't have a charging station.
Well, if we got an electric car, I would just put a charging station in our driveway, so I can plug it right in.
Okay.
I don't know. I never drove an electric car. Does any of your friends have one?
No. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I never messed with one.
This is the right way, Dad.
It is the right way.
Oh.
Drive
I see.
0.8
Yep.
miles. Then turn right. Drive 0.6 miles. Then turn right.
Oh, a rattly bridge.
Yeah.
1.7 miles.
Yeah, that's...
My gosh. I can't believe these roads down here. It's like rattling everything in the car.
You might see some bumping of us. It's just that it's the road. That's all.
Oh, that's a neat playground,
Yeah, I would have gone.
right? Oh, did you see the alpacas over there?
What? No.
There was a whole bunch of alpacas.
How? I want to see alpacas.
When we come back this way, you'll be able to see them.
Yay. I never saw alpaca.
I know there's a lot of them in Washington State, but I haven't driven by and seen a whole bunch of alpacas just standing in the field.
Wait, did I spit at you?
I think they do, like llamas.
They're like,
I think you have to annoy them though to do that.
yeah, so go it that way.
Now we're on some fun little back streets here. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Turn left.
So apparently it is the one with the little deer crossing sign in front of it.
It says for red.
Arriving at destination on right.
What is it? 3814?
Sorry.
30. I don't see it. Did I pass it?
Wait. No. Did you pass it? Yeah.
No, it's still going up.
Wait, it has to be 38.
3814, yeah.
Yeah, but it's 37, right?
3736. It's weird that the 3744. Well, there it says deer crossing right there.
Is that what it is?
Is this it? Oh, I hate this. You have no idea. That's 3812.
Oh no. That's sweet.
I hate this. We're like pulling in the driveway and we don't know who we are or where we are.
That's sweet.
Okay, so I'm gonna send a text here. Just pulling in strange people's driveways. We're sending a message here, see what we can figure out.
Maybe she'll tell us. Yeah, tell her that we're at 3812.
3812, yep.
Maybe she'll say that she's here.
Oh, yep. We got it right the first time. Look at that.
She's here?
Sweet. Okay, so we're gonna go meet with Beth. I'm not gonna take a camera out and stress her out. What we'll do is we'll go over everything when we get back in the museum. We'll show you what the hall is.
Dad, the camera's not recording.
It is. Okay, so we've made it home. That was actually kind of a fun road trip. And now here we are back in the museum, if you want to call it that, in the midst of all the work that's going on. I figured what we would do is it'd be kind of fun. I see this all the time when my wife watches the Dollar Tree hauls. Let's see what we brought back to the museum here. Before we do anything, though, I want to thank Elizabeth and Stephen Collins for having us at the house today. I wish we could have filmed there, but I don't like to take a camera into somebody's house when we're having a conversation, looking through items and so forth. So I just left it in the car. It makes it so much better as we look through things. However, two wonderful people with interests right after my own heart, especially with Mount St. Helens. So this collection right here, after talking to Elizabeth, what we're going to do is we're going to refer to this now as the Robert Tim collection. And Robert Tim was Elizabeth's grandfather, and according to her, was her world. A wonderful person, a man after my own heart, enjoyed collecting very, very cool items. And it's people like him that make these types of collections and education possible, because way back when, he finds interesting things and keeps them, and then all of a sudden, the person's not with us anymore, and the next generations benefit from that foresight. So big thank you for Mr. Tim on being involved and inspiring and saving these types of items and so forth. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some of these things that we have in the boxes here. For starters, we have some cool ones right here. These are Harry Truman books, and you don't see these around too much. I'm going to kind of hold things forward like this so that you can see them. This book right here was written by Buck and Geraldine Whiting on Harry Truman, and this came out very, very early on in the aftermath of the eruption. There were actually two books that were written. One was written by Geraldine and Buck Whiting, and the other was written by Shirley Rosen. In the Mount St. Helens community, there's kind of a following for each book, depending upon which version that you like better. The information is pretty consistent. Now, something that I can say about this book right here is very cool, is that this book has a lot of really neat pictures in it, and anybody that's interested in learning about Harry Truman, who he was, kind of life story, this is the one that you want to take a look at. So we got a bunch of those here. And I'm just going to kind of put things on the side here, and we're going to get closer to with some of these things that we go through. Another really, really good book, Fire Mountain, if you can find this one. Again, These books are 1980s up to about 1990s. This particular one right here is 1980, so it's an early one. And the pictures in these books, it's probably hard to see where you are, but the pictures in these books are just absolutely astonishing. Really, really good pictures. So that's another one that's there. A lot of books. A lot of really, really neat books. This one is still in its plastic. This is an early one. I don't see a date on the back of it, but this is obviously a gift shop thing. $7.95. Missed those prices. But this one is before, during, and after May 1980. A pretty cool book. This one I've seen before. It's called Volcano. The first 70 days. You can find this on eBay. You can find it other places. It's not an expensive book. Another one that has really, really good pictures inside of it. So here's a wonderful before the eruption, Mount St. Helens, and tells the whole story. But this one is just picture after picture here. Fantastic. And there's a couple of these here. This one right here, when Elizabeth and I were looking at this, this is a really cool book, because this book right here is a photojournal by Michael Berg. And this is one I haven't seen before. But what's really neat is that it is pictures that are just general day-to-day life photographs of the aftermath of the eruption. So here we have, I just pulled this out. This is a tractor doing work in the aftermath of the eruption. I have random maps mixed in. Things that you don't think about. So let's see if we can open this here. Oh, here we go. So, gardening, a lawnmower trying to mow the lawn in the aftermath of the eruption. This book right here is falling apart. It's not very good condition. However, one of the things that Elizabeth and I discussed is that these photos that are in here are great for the museum, because we can show these snapshots of daily life after the eruption. So what we're going to do is we're going to scan a lot of these in here, and I don't have to take the book apart to do that, because it has completely fallen apart. And then it'll be reassembled and preserved the way it's supposed to be, because this is a cool book. I haven't seen this one before. I'm not going to kill you with all the books that are here, but I'm just going to kind of go through rather than doing a review on each one of them. But just a great collection of books that they had found. So Stephen and Elizabeth, what they do is they have an online store, and we're going to go over that a little bit here. And what they do is they go to estates, and they look through, and they find these really, really cool items, things that would get thrown in the garbage. This is another rare one right here. I say rare because you just don't see it around very much. If you do find it, again, they're not high dollar value items, but the pictures inside of these books, these early ones after the eruption, are just very, very impressive. For example, when you open up this cover here, this is what you see. It's 2 pages. The entire view is Mount St. Helens. Very impressive. This one, there's a couple in here also. Mount St. Helens, the story behind the scenery. Another one I haven't seen before. Again, amazing pictures. I mean, this one right here, it's hard to see, but there's clouds coming off of the mountain in this photo. Just really extraordinary photos inside of here. And then we have the continuing story right here. So that's the books. In here, this is a very, very cool book. If you can find it, if you're really into Mount St. Helens, you want to learn the geology parts of the story, this is one I would recommend. It's not so easy to find. When you do find it, again, it's not expensive. This is one of those things. I've seen this in, what do you call those, like Goodwill store and so forth. You find them in all these obscure places. But this is the 1980 eruptions of Mount St. Helens in Washington, Geological Survey Professional Paper 1250. And if you can find this book and you really want to learn the geology of the mountain, this book is unbelievably cool. Now, it is not for the faint of heart, because I'm going to pick a random page and open it. This is a college level book. And in fact, I wouldn't even call it college level. This is USGS professional volcanologist, geologist book right here. But if you're into that and you can follow it, it's an outstanding resource. Okay, so we're gonna move along here. And I have another box I'm gonna go get, so let me go get that. Okay, here's another box here. Oh, before I forget, one of the cut. Three, two, one. Okay, here's another box here. I guess we can put it like this. Oh, before I forget, those of you watching probably noticed that Phaedra isn't here right now. She's actually at the house playing a game with Mom. I guess a whole day out playing around getting stuff like this would get anybody tired, right? So I figured I'd come up here and do this. Talked about before, inside the box here I have from Elizabeth and Stephen. They have a eBay store called Columbia River Treasures. Columbia River Treasures. Should say that clearly. And this is a card right here. I'm going to take a picture of this and we'll put it right here and make it look nice for you. And that way you can go and check it out. She's got a lot of cool stuff on this eBay store. And they're always out looking for new items and so forth. She gave me this coupon code right here. If you go on there and you buy something, you can put in thank you 420 for 20% off your purchase. So look at that. Just from watching this stuff here, you get a 20% off coupon through North Fork Survivors and courtesy of Columbia River Treasures. So for a big thank you on that, I'm going to put this down here, but I'll put it up on the screen so that way you can see that. We have some t-shirts in here. I'm going to take these out and maybe I should move the books over here. It's a lot of stuff here. There was a lot. This is a Gifford Pinchot National Forest map. Very cool one. If I open that up, it takes the whole thing. So these right here, we're trying to figure out what these are. If anybody recognizes these that's watching, if you worked with the Forest Service or the state of Washington and the interpretive centers and so forth, I'd love to have your feedback. Just do a comment down below and let me know what you think this is. But this is for the interpretive rangers of 2005. And from what I'm seeing here, it looks like probably a baseball or softball event. And in fact, we have somebody's name on the back of it, one of the players right there. If it's you, get in touch with me. But we have that one right there. I am not a folder. I don't know. Are any of us guys good folders? My wife, she can make things little perfect squares. Here's another one. This is green on the scene. Oh, this is a cool one. That's a cool one. I didn't even see the back of that. It says Mount St. Helens Park Ranger. Now, I'm assuming that would be either the visitor center at Silver Lake or Coldwater or the Johnson Ridge Observatory. So it's either a state or a federal thing there. Oh, this is a very cool one too. So kind of a neat one. We make eruptions look easy, and then there's all these cool things on the back. I love the 30 years and still under construction. So that's kind of a neat one. Hopefully you guys can see all this stuff. Okay, so now we're getting down into the pictures and so forth. So really, really nice picture. This is actually a picture that came out of a gift shop. So this is a tourist item right here. This one is kind of crazy when we looked at it. Somebody involved with the Silver Lake Visitor Center got this. We don't know who, but this is kind of a neat one. This is the Visitor Center at Silver Lake. And they put the name, Mount St. Helens Visitor Center on the bottom. And one of their little badges from the Visitor Center and a photo. This was pretty common when this Visitor Center was open. And we see things like this every once in a while. I have a large print that's an architectural drawing of the visitor center. The light is horrible back here. I'm wondering if you can even see that. If you can't, I apologize. I've got like studio lights set up back here because otherwise it's too dark. Something I watch for a lot is scrapbooks. And these are the types of things that people create. They sit in a drawer forever. They're usually made for kids, grandkids, or whatever. And then they get thrown away when the person passes. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but this is a scrapbook. I mean, first page right there, probably glaring. Hopefully not. But we have Harry Truman sitting with his raccoons. The early postcards. But somebody took the time, we'll never know who it was, but somebody took the time and created this scrapbook with all of these, whoops, and I'm losing stuff. And with all of these little, oh, that wasn't even attached. Okay. All these postcards in here, a lot of postcards inside of this. So really, really nice representation of a lot of the postcards from going back all the way to 1980. Now, Mr. Tim is responsible for this section right here, a newspaper collector. And these newspapers, there are some in here that are super cool. I'm not going to go crazy and take them all out, but there's some in here that are pretty cool. Let's see if we can get something out of here that's pretty neat. This one was a different perspective because I see a lot of newspapers and they're generally pretty consistent as to which ones you see. But this is a neat one right here. And it's snapshots of that particular time. And not only do we read about the mountain, but you can look through some of these newspapers and see, what things cost and so forth. So this is April 1st, 1980, pre-eruption. And the article is talking about the fact that one of the phreatic eruptions was very large compared to the preceding ones. A whole bunch of them in here. See if there's something in here that's a little bit different. There was a logging one that was in here that Mr. Tim had recovered, and it's super cool. Oh, here it is. This is one that I haven't seen. December 1980. And this is going to be very valuable in the section of the museum where we're talking about loggers that were involved with the eruption. But this is a very, very cool newspaper right here. Our periodical really is not really a newspaper, but Loggers World. The fact that he saved that is just outstanding. I haven't seen one of these yet. Maybe one of you out there have seen it, but I haven't. I have a lot of newspapers. I'm going to put these back in here. Okay, so I'm gonna do the movie magic edit here. I'm gonna move some stuff around here, and then you'll be able to catch up with future Joe with a clean table. Okay, so the table magically changes, and now we're in the future. Wish it was that easy, right? But pause on a camera can work wonders with things. Okay, so we're gonna look at this one right here. There's actually some. These are some really neat items. I think what we'll do is we'll give a better perspective here, and let's open this one up first, right in front of me. Okay, so now we have Joe Cam here. You can see exactly what I'm looking at, and we have a whole bunch of pictures in here. I'm going to kind of go through and take these out. These are very cool. So these were taken from Silver Lake. Actually see the pyroclastic surge, and then it came up and it hit the upper atmosphere. This one I'm not sure where it was taken. But it's always cool to find these old photographs like this. There's multiples of the same in here. Move these on the side here. Living with Mount St. Helens Guide for the Forest User. So this is post-eruption. So it says portions of the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest have been closed and are now reopened to unrestricted public entry. And then it gives you a whole rundown of what you should have in your vehicle. Keep your radio on. Don't panic in the event of a volcanic eruption. So pretty neat on that one right there. I don't know if there's anything on the back. Oh, outstanding picture of Spirit Lake. A 1981 map vicinity. This is a cool one right here. This is a very cool one. And the reason being is this is a special edition map in 1/100,000 scale, April 1980, which means that this is the last map that was made before the entire area surrounding Mount St. Helens, well, north of it, was changed by the eruption. So this is a very cool map. It's kind of a funny story. Elizabeth was telling me that it was a bidding battle at the particular area that she was at in order to obtain this. I would open this, but it's huge. But this is going to be a very valuable map because it shows the exact location of all the little roads and trails and everything April 1980. So it's as updated as we can get. This is a very cool one. These are very popular. The little spoons. And that's another tourist item right there. I mean, they just got a really good eye for finding items. Elizabeth and Stephen were telling me that they go to all these different estates and they see all different kind of items. This is, I believe this is associated with these. I think so. We'll keep those together. Another tourist item. This is on cork. Yeah. $2. Oh, a hot pad. That's kind of cool. $2 and I can't read the end of that. 208? $2. No, it's $2 even. Message from the Mountain. This is the Johnson Ridge Observatory movie. This is pretty neat. It's on VHS, but that's okay. still sealed. Luckily, I have a VCR. But that's a cool oh my gosh, I'm so used to saying DVD, right? Another one. This is used in national parks and monuments. Very, very well done documentary if you ever get a chance to see it. Now, these here are photos that were taken. I don't know who they are, but these are photos just mixed in here. Here's an old one. Look at that, Truman's Lodge in the background. Pretty neat. Really beautiful place. More photos in here. That can be cleaned up. Evening light illuminates the sleeping giant. A pretty neat one. I don't know what year that is, but that's an early one. In fact, you don't even see the lodge or anything right here. These are pretty neat. You see them around. I know there's a bunch of these on eBay right now. It's Holiday Film Corp, and they put out these little slides. There's 5 of them in each little strip, and there's different strips, and you put these in your slide viewer, and they're pretty neat photos that were taken. I was actually pretty impressed. There's one of them that's on here that's was taken by Robert Rogers, and I'll have to take that to him. I think he'll get a kick out of that. It's another photo from Silver Lake, post eruption, obviously. I don't know what this is. It said free on the back of it. So Elizabeth was telling me that her grandfather would. He was that guy that would go into a place, and if there was free pamphlets there, he would pick them all up. And then all of a sudden, he had this glorious collection of really cool pamphlets from all over. Oh, that's a poster. Oh, wow. Okay. It's probably hard to see on this camera. Camera never does justice for anything, right? I guarantee everybody watching, anywhere beautiful you've ever been, the photos and the video never come out the same. Time magazine. These were very popular, usually with calendars, or they were given out. These ones right here were given out, I believe, from a service station. Really amazing place. And the random picture holder, right? Oh, these are the photos. So what happened was there were so many copies of these photos. I decided to just take them all. These are the ones that we looked at before. Okay, so let's get into. I'm going to put this stuff back in here, and then we'll look through this box right here, and we'll see what's in this. Okay, so we'll do a cool edit here, and we'll get back to it. Okay, so this is a very cool box right here. I'm really happy that we got this one, and there's a couple items in here that were tourist items and memorabilia items that were done after the eruption. Let me take this one first. This is one of the salt and pepper shakers, and the salt and pepper shakers are super fun because, well, you have before and after, and each one has a little plug in it. They're made by I can't. Zobi? Zophie? You guys could probably read that better than me. I made a boo-boo and I left my glasses at the house. Looks like Zoe something. But these were handmade early 1980s. Now they're contracted out. There's a company that makes them. Not quite the same anymore. But that's a neat one because it's an early one. And we have a bunch of those here, the originals, and all the way going up to present day. This right here is a little music box. And this is gloriously tacky. Looking into this, when I read the little book on the back of it, it's stuck to the bottom of it. Somebody put a piece of tape on it. It's actually 22 karat gold that's put around it. This is like a special piece they made with acrylic. And the key goes in and you have this little plume coming out of the mountain. Now, this particular one right here, there is a piece missing in the center here. I actually chased down the manufacturer of the music box components in the bottom here. And you can see it right here. The company that made this is out of Japan. It's called Sankyo, and you can actually find them online. And there's all different versions of the little music boxes, and I managed to find the piece that goes in there. So I'm waiting for that to show up, and then I'm going to put it back together again, and we will be able to reassemble this the way it's supposed to be. So very cool. Stephen, if you're watching, well, you will be watching. He was telling me he really looked at this for a while trying to figure out how to fix it. I solved it. I found the replacement components to make this go together. There's a coupler in between, and this is why it won't attach. So no worries. It'll be back up in operation and happy again. Figured it out. I love the inventor of eBay. You can find all these pointless things. Okay, so here's the cool one. What? I don't know. There's something else hiding in here. This is ashware. This one is a BG. So there's two companies that made these. I say companies, but they're actually local artists. BG was one. She did all of this over in Cougar. And then there was Lila Thomas from Thomas E. That would make ashware like this too. Very similar kind of design. BG tends to be more refined looking, whereas Lila's has this handmade look to it, a lot more color contrast inside of it. Both of them are outstanding. It comes down to personal taste on how you like the look of the ash and the ashware. Okay, so now we're going to finally get to this. For those of you that are out there that enjoy collector bottles and stuff like that, this is a Jim Beam bottle. And I have to thank Stephen for parting with this and having him donate it to the museum, because I could tell he was like, I don't know. But this was put out in 1981. And it was a bottle for showing Spirit Lake, Mount St. Helens with the plume. And Jim Beam put this out. And you can find these bottles online. On the back of them, there is a little thing of ash and story telling you what happened on May 18th, actual Mount St. Helens ash. What's cool about this one is the seal is here, and we can hear Jim Beam in it. It's actually unopened. And this is the first one that I've ever seen that was unopened. And I'm super happy to have this in our collection as a representation of this particular item that was created. So yeah, the unopened Jim Beam bottle. That's in the Mount St. Helens little circle here. That's a bragging point. Us nerdy people that are interested in Mount St. Helens would be impressed with that. I'm not really a drinker, so never bought one, but to have the unopened versions, outstanding. Okay, so we're gonna put some stuff back in here. Let me we can wrap this up. Yeah, so that's where we're at. The next group of items that I'm gonna after I wrap this up. The next group of items is actually a run of photos. And we will finish with photos. I'm just going to carefully put everything right here. These aren't moving anywhere anymore. They're safe in here now. Okay, so we're going to go over here and put this down on the ground for now. Okay. Everybody getting dizzy at home with my head cam? This is the first time I've ever used it. Okay, so here's a really, really cool... I'm just going to bring these out over the top. These are calendars, and Elizabeth wasn't sure whether it's something that we would use here, and I preserve it all. And somebody took the time to put these in really cool sleeves right here. Picture Mount St. Helens, January 1954, and it looks great. This one is July 1949. Nothing written. Somebody intended on keeping that. Oh, there's a cool one. August 1956. One of those years that pretty much every car that existed is super cool and sought after. Cool picture of the mountain somebody took. A lot of photos in here. I'm going to put this down here for now. I want to have this flat so I can show you these. We'll put this like this. Okay, so here's the ones that were very, very cool. And I was really happy to get these. We'll put these over here so there's not too much confusion going on. So this pamphlet right here actually is advertising all interesting places to go in the Pacific Northwest. And then right here, we actually see, this is Spirit Lake in the background right here, a little cabin. I'm going to have my colleague Scott Kemery take a look at that little cabin, see if it's something from Truman's place. Was it something up on the mountain? I don't know about that one yet. But what this looks like is somebody took a trip going up Mount St. Helens. And so they're right here, they're like at Timberline. This is higher than Timberline, so they might be out of order. But if you look right down here, there's kind of a progression going right up. Looks like Forsyth Glacier going up the mountain. Old photographs. I have no idea what year it is. It says foothills of Mount St. Helens. Well, I can tell you that's not the foothills. They're on the mountain there. These are super cool. So this is Harmony Falls. Was in Duck Bay area. Harmony Falls Lodge. This little card right here is actually an original card from Harmony Falls Lodge. And then we have a whole bunch of photos, and there's not too many photos that I've seen but of Harmony Falls Lodge like this, but we have all these photos here, Harmony Falls Lodge. Just the way this is put together, I can almost just take it and present it in the museum as is. In fact, with the Harmony Falls Lodge collection that we have here of items, I may actually do that because whoever did this did a really good job with it, and it's cool the way it's done. This is the YWCA camp. Old photos. Some of them are missing. We have some photos that are loose that might be actually related to this. But again, very, very cool photos. We have these right here on Spirit Lake, kind of general photos on Spirit Lake, some water skiing. That's just absolutely awesome picture right there. And this one right here, we're going to have Scott take a look at that also. I'm wondering if that's the back of Truman's boat. He had a pretty nice boat on the lake. He had the nicest boat on the lake. And to me, that is pretty suspicious looking. And I'm not going to say it is. My gut says it is, but I'll have Scott look at that one just to confirm it. The one that I was very, very excited about is this one right here. the Boy Scout camp. And we have masks from the Boy Scout camp. We have a couple of photos, but these photos right here are just absolutely outstanding. Pictures of the lodge, inside of the lodge right here, trails. We know that the bell was removed and saved. If somebody is out there watching this and they know where that bell is, please contact me. But that bell was removed, as well as 2 masks that were inside of this lodge right here, and they were from the Order of the Arrow. And the Order of the Arrow was a special group for the Boy Scouts. Those of you that are Boy Scouts out there know exactly what I'm talking about. So there you go. This is what we've got so far. Well, thank you very much for joining me with this little preview of these items that we brought back. Special shout out and a thank you for Elizabeth and Stephen Collins. Columbia River Treasures, right there. Again, I'll put a thing right over here so you guys can see that. Go and check them out on eBay. Thank you very much, Mr. Robert Tim, for being one of those people like myself and so many of you out there that enjoy history, picking up things, saving things, storing them away, so that these future generations now can see all of these things and kind of touch the past. Special thank you for him doing that, especially with the newspapers. The Loggers World one is very, very cool. So I'll see you on the next one, and we'll get out, we'll do some things and keep it interesting. Thank you so much for joining, and you have a pleasant day.